Hi everyone, and welcome to the Sitecore CDP Getting Started series. This series is aimed to kind of give an overview about Sitecore CDP and how to really use it in specific use cases. So just introducing myself, I'm Mo Sharif. I'm the VP of Product Strategy for Duzen. I'm a three-time Sitecore MVP, and I've been working with Sitecore for the past 9 years now. I live in the USA, and this is my email and my Twitter hashtag if you want to follow me. And just to brief you about what this series is aimed at, so Duzen is an employee experience platform built on Sitecore. We're being an employee experience platform, you already know a lot about your guests. They're all predefined, they're all pre-identified. So we are able to know a lot about them from the get-go. And hence, we're able to personalize the experience. We're able to provide more value to the employee or to our customer ultimately from the start by really knowing who they are, which department they're in, which location they're in. All that information is easily attainable for them. I'm going to start off with a slide that most of you have probably seen already from Symposium World Tour or from Getting Started with Sitecore CDP video by Mark, which I definitely recommend for everyone to watch. So our use case, as I was saying, is for employees. And when you think about employees, you already know a lot of information about them. This is usually housed in an HR system like Workday or SAP. So it's really important to be able to ingest this information as a batch, which is something we're going to be doing on a nightly basis. So we kind of use the batch API to ingest information about each customer from HR system on a nightly basis. We also want when a user logs in, because we are a pre-authenticated solution, when every user logs in, we want to be able to understand if it's the first time login or not. If it is, we want to be able to send an identity event, which ultimately identifies the user. We're going to talk about identity events later on in this series, but think of it as the way to identify a user. So we have that concept of identifying the user, being able to track their views, what campaigns have they initiated as part of that web app behavior. We have, as part of operational systems, any like new learning that has been assigned to them or has been completed by them, new journeys such as when they start doing any self-service or any journey that they've started on Workday, for instance. We want to be able to identify that and push it into CDP. And as I said, we want to be able to get the customer information from the HR system. So these are kind of all the inputs we have. However, if we continue on with this, we have also data that we're getting through microservices on the fly as part of our decisioning. For instance, if we look at here, we have from Microsoft Graph, we're able to know all the interactions people are doing, how employees are working together, and all that information directly from the Microsoft Graph. And we also have an auto segmentation AI engine that automatically segments people based on their behavior across the different systems, whether it's the internet, whether it's the Microsoft Graph. And of course, we're able to push that to the website, to push notifications on their mobile through our native app, as well as push email notifications through newsletters and so on that are personalized for each and every employee. So ultimately, our agenda for this whole series is next video is going to be setting up. So it's creating a POS on Boxever or on CDP, and we're going to understand what that is and why we do it, connecting our front end to CDP and connecting the view event, which is so that every time a user views something, it actually happens and it's tracked within CDP. In the next video, we're going to talk about the identifying a user. So how do we send out that identity event and when do we send it out? Then we're going to talk about personalizing the experience and how we personalize it, but also how do we customize that experience. We use Tailwind CSS as our base front-end framework because it works well with that component model. And we're going to see how we combine Tailwind CSS with Sitecore CDP. And then finally, we're going to look at how do we do batch employee loading and utilizing the batch APIs. These are the videos I have right now in mind. However, we are thinking of creating more videos around how do we create campaigns and journeys and end-to-end campaigns, as well as goals and outcomes. So thank you so much and hope to see you in our next videos.